Hey guys, it's Upa here. So today I want to talk about rerolling. This video was initially meant to come out on either Thursday or Friday when the new server opens, but I've seen the topic come up quite a few times, so I decided to release it slightly earlier. And if you're unsure what rerolling is, it's the process of creating multiple new accounts until you get an account with a strong start. And many new players don't really know what new characters they should be trying to reroll for. And as a result, what I see some players do is they reroll for very specific characters, and the most common one I see is Lance. So don't get me wrong, Lance is obviously an extremely strong character and still probably the best non-limited time exclusive character that you can get on a new account. However, if you take a look at what's available from the summon pool, which you can see here, there are so many legendary characters in the game, and Lance is just one of the many options you can get. So rerolling for just one character is honestly a big waste of time and very unrealistic, unless you have extremely good luck. And I've seen players reroll for 18 hours straight and still not get the character they wanted, which was Lance. And one resource which is available, which is on the Infinite Magicraid Discord, can be seen here. So if you search SHM, you can see this command used by mentors and moderators, and what it does is it shows a list of legendary and epic starter heroes which are all very good for new players. And this list definitely is accurate. All these characters are good for new players. However, this is just one, or rather 7 of the many characters which would be useful for new players. So going back into the game, basically every character starting from Chelsea onwards is an amazing addition for a new account. So there are some minor exceptions which I would say are Frank, Dokera, who is a good character but hard to get value out of in the early game. Marvilla as well, another good character but hard to get value out of in the early game. But besides that, almost every character you see here is strong for new players. And for characters before Chelsea, there are still lots of other characters which will be useful for new players as well. The main point I'm trying to convey is that there's no need for you to reroll specifically for one character unless you have an extremely large amount of time and you're willing to waste countless hours on average to get one specific character. If you're willing to do that, by all means do so. But for the average player, I don't think people want to reroll for such a long time. And the reality is, most of these characters are more than sufficient to help you through the early stages and even up to the later stages in the game. Of course, some characters like Ans may perhaps be more difficult to build. As you can see, he has pretty high requirements for the stats that he needs. He needs 150 crit rate alongside as much attack and crit damage that you can give him. But even if you were to get a character which may not be good at the start but is good for later stages in the game, I definitely would keep an account which gets a hero like that. And that's because in a game like this, especially if you're a free-to-play player, you want to plan for the long term rather than the short term. And furthermore, one of the main reasons players reroll for strong characters like Lance and other characters is to help them get through campaign, but the reality is it's actually very easy to complete campaign within 7 days, which is usually the main goal for new players. So that can be done by the very well-known 3 epic team of Mackin, Win, and Liz, which are all fairly easy characters to get since they are epic. And yeah, so as a new player, I hope that you don't feel pressured to reroll only for the very best of the best characters. There are so many characters in this game which you can make work and will do very well for your account, even up to the middle and late game stages. And as a new player, you may be unsure what is good and not good, and the solution to that, as I always say, is to ask in the Infinite Magicraid Discord if the character you've summoned is good. Sometimes a character alone may not be good, but when you pair it with another will be extremely strong. Dianmu Indra is the biggest example of that. And yeah, so hopefully this video will stop players from just rerolling for hours on end, and it's just seriously a waste of time. You guys have much better and more important things to do. Just get a decent or above average character and go with it from there, and your account will still be very strong if you play the account right. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.